Welcome to today's webinar. So, hi everybody, I'm Aletheia. I'm Para's Youth Ambassador, and today we're going to talk about tourism internships during a global pandemic. So right now we're just kind of waiting for people to trickle into the webinar and everything. But I just wanted to get this started. So we have two really lovely guests today, our Para youths, Mohi and Jessie. I'll get into introductions just in a minute, but I wanted to start with a quick poll. So please feel free to kind of like chip in and answer the poll because we wanted to know who we are talking to as well. So yeah, and okay, so just before we begin, I do want to say that you're free to ask us any questions using the Q&A function down below at the bottom of your screen. You can also use the chat function to kind of introduce yourselves and talk to each other, say where you're from, what school you're studying in, why you're studying, etc., etc. It's really interesting to see where everyone's coming from, so that's a nice way to kind of get to know each other. And then we will also be sharing the recording of this webinar very soon. So we'll probably release it next week, and everyone who has registered will get a copy of the webinar. It will also be on our Para YouTube channel. So this webinar was organized by Para Youth, which is the youth programming arm of Para. We have a free Para Youth membership that's available to all people, all students and fresh grads interested in joining us in our community, where we have a lot of online events, information about the industry, and networking events for you to join. So yes. And we've come to the end of our poll with really interesting results. So a large portion of us haven't actually experienced remote internships before, but everyone, of course, prefers in-person internships. And that's really interesting because sometimes in-person internships aren't possible, like what they are now. So these are the poll results. And I'm just gonna stop sharing my screen. And yes. Hi guys.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi everyone.
Okay, let's get into it. Let's introduce you guys. So Mohi, please you start first. Tell us where you based, where you from, what are you studying, who are you? Tell us everything.
Yep, sure. Hi everyone. Thanks for joining today. I really appreciate it. So my name is Mohi. I'm from Uzbekistan actually, but currently I'm based in South Korea because I study in Wusong University, South Korea. And then also I'm the chairperson of Pata Wusong University Student Chapter. Right now I'm doing my online internship with Talent Basket as an account executive associate. So Talent Basket is an online internship and training platform. And yeah, that's all from me.
You forgot to tell us where you're from.
I mentioned I'm from Uzbekistan.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Jessie, how about you? Where are you from? Where are you studying?
Okay, hi everyone, my name is Jessie and I'm from Chinese Taipei. And 3 years ago, I moved to Hong Kong to pursue my bachelor degree in hospitality and tourism. So I'm currently the third year student in the Hong Kong Polytechnic University, and my major is tourism and events management. And for now, I'm the PATA intern with Ellie. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and yeah, it's been a great journey. Nice to see you guys.
Okay, thank you very much for introducing yourselves. So let's just jump straight into it. So a lot of people have been asking, like, where can I find an internship? How do I find opportunities? Where do I start? kind of. So where did you guys find your internships? Mohi, do you want to go first?
Yep, sure. So as we know nowadays is like every single industry is facing global pandemic, which is COVID-19, right? But before COVID-19, as from my own experience, I found useful para events, especially any other events. But for me, para events worked when I really looked for my internship. And yeah, I think participating in this kind of events as an attendee really helps because you communicate with different people and also from different industries, right? And also they might offer you internship right away because, you know, like people are really focusing on empowering youth these days. That's how I got my internship. And also my second strategy is improving your social presence like LinkedIn because having virtual network is really helpful. And also a couple of my friends experienced having internship through LinkedIn. And also I suggest to get involved earlier in different projects, clubs, societies, and also online internships. This will help you to get like internship, really good internship because you will gain experience through this.
Okay, so networking at events, keeping an updated LinkedIn profile, and joining clubs and societies. Jessie, how about you? Where do you find internships?
Okay, so I'll give like two ideas. So one is like a broader idea before this pandemic. So when I was a freshman and sophomore, I actually have had similar experience as Moki had. So I basically tried to make an impression by joining different social events and to go to maybe like the mingling session or the career days or the career booth held by school or by some student chapters. And I think it's not only about getting a job, and it's also about putting yourself out there and actually ask people and to the professionals. And so like the second point is to be more specific about what we're all experiencing right now. It's a COVID-19 time. So I think for now, because everyone has realized that the job market isn't as prosperous as it was. So I would say that now the point is to shift your focus from getting a job, getting the opportunity, from getting more information, and to just keep yourself going, maybe learning a new skill. And that's actually how I got my PATA internship, because I joined a webinar organized by PATA and I reached out to them afterwards. And yeah, that's basically the story.
Okay, great advice. So basically, instead of obsessing over the job market, turning the attention to yourself and kind of focusing on yourself and increasing your skills. And from there, opportunities will arise. Cool. So we wanted to talk about your daily lived experience doing remote internships where you actually literally work from home, because that's really not what was normal in the past. Right now, we are all thrown into like this new normal where remote internships actually happen. So what were the expectations versus reality of your remote internship experience?
So for me personally, it was really funny because even like Korea is very developed country, right? But remote internships are very new concept even here. So what I was expecting from this internship, I was like, you know, I was expecting meetings every day and then being checked by my boss every day if I am doing things correct or not, right? Because it's remote, like he or she cannot see me, right? So he might be checking me every day. And then also I thought maybe it's gonna be like flexible working hours as we have in, you know, on-site internships. And also I thought maybe we're gonna have like hierarchy in the organization where I cannot, you know, ask questions to my boss directly. So I was really confused about it, and then I was like worried. But what was reality for me? Like after I got my internship, I realized that we have flexible working hours, which is really good for me, and also great company culture. Because like now these days in talent basket, I feel like I'm the great part of it, not just like intern, but whatever I do, whatever decision I make, right, and it affects whole organization. That's how I feel myself very empowered. So we do have very flat organizational structure. And also we have very effective communication because whenever I have question, I can directly ask whoever I want. We don't have this hierarchy system. And also saving travel money for travel, from home to office, which is really good.
Yeah, I really like working from home actually. Jessie, how about you? What were your expectations versus reality?
Actually, there's a gap between my expectation and reality. So actually my expectation for working from home is that I thought it would be very not efficient, just inefficient, I guess, because I thought that communication may be more difficult because you guys are not physically sitting next to each other and you can't really sit in the meeting room and discuss about something. But actually, it totally get flipped because I thought, like, what I've experienced in so far, actually the communication is very efficient. And now they have a lot of virtual platforms like Google Hangouts, and they just basically have the whole set for you to still get the organization going to operate. So I guess that's basically the major part of what I'm experiencing right now versus what I expected.
Okay, cool. Do either of you have any tips or tricks that you want to share with our audience about dealing with a remote internship? The reality and everyday lived experience of having to roll out of bed and be in office immediately.
Sure. So I have a couple of tips that I have been using. Actually, we have been using in Talent Basket. First of all, having very effective communication tools like Slack or Trello is very effective because, you use Messenger, Facebook Messenger, or WhatsApp, like among your friends to communicate, right? And then to organize your work structure and also your personal life. So I think this kind of communication tools are very helpful. And also we set goals every week. So starting from Monday, we set goal and then what we are gonna achieve this week, right? So I'll do this until the next week. So it really keeps things organized, and then also you feel like you are doing something great, right, at the end of the week when you achieve your goal. So it really helps. And also time tracking tools to know like how much time you're spending for each project. I personally use this kind of tools. It's also really helpful. And also implementing workflow strategy to track the performance better, because I do manage a lot of people in Talent Basket, and also to assign them to perform the tasks better, I implement workflow strategy, which helps them and me to track their performance.
Jessie, how about you? Any tips and tricks that you want to share?
I think I got a lot of ideas from Mohi because, yeah, I'm not a very techie person. So basically, I'm pretty old school. So I have this scheduled book. And what I do is I basically break down a day, like different hours in the day. And I basically drop down a to-do list every day, and I use different colors and just to prioritize them. So I guess that has helped me a lot for self-discipline and also time management. Because I do think that now you don't really have your supervisor or your boss sitting right next to you. So I do think that it's kind of different, and it's a transformation that you have to adopt. So I would say that it helped me a lot to break down a day and to just basically give myself instructions and directions of how I'm going to have a day going and get everything rolling. Yeah, that's about it.
So basically between our two guests today, we have like the super digital option of using all these different digital platforms that you can in order to like manage your day. And then we have like the plain good old journal with like pen and paper. Both ways are equally valid at the end of the day, as long as you're an efficient worker that can get things done. That's really what your internship needs you to do right now. Yeah. Okay. Let's go down memory lane a little bit. Can you share with us what are your favorite memories or favorite moments from your remote internship experience? Jessie, do you want to go first this time?
Okay, sure. I'll take it. So actually, my journey with Pata so far is very pleasant, and I enjoyed it a lot. So if I have to pick, I'll pick two events that I had. So the first one is I had a lunch hangout with all other PATA remote interns. So it was very casual. It was just a conversation that we had with each other. We just sat down and actually brought our lunchbox with us, and we started to talk about life and who we are, where we're from, what our countries are, this kind of stuff. And it's very interesting. And I think that kind of helped me to feel like I'm connected to the community, and also I don't feel left out, because I know like quarantine can be very difficult now, and a lot of people is probably going through a hard time. And yeah, so I think digital hangout can be a way. And the second one is we had this hangout with Kata CEO, Mr. Mario Hardy. It was very interesting. We got a lot of insights. And I do think that the session was very humanizing, that we had a lot of fun Q&A back and forth. And yeah, I guess that it was a very down to earth experience. And I also learned what PATA's mission is, and also the identity of PATA. And I do think that that fueled me up for my work now every day. Yeah.
Aw, okay. Mohi.
Yeah, you really inspired me with your stories. I really liked it. So for me, yeah, definitely. For me also, like daily meetings with my team, we have this talent basket mashup elite team. I'm sure even now they are here to support me. So thank you guys for supporting me. So I feel like during these meetings, I feel like we are one talent basket family, like we have never seen each other, but we talk every day, and then it really feels like we are very close. And also being able to communicate with different people from different industries, and also I facilitated 12 different webinars and led discussion with company CEOs from like different companies. So I really felt like networking and also communicating with different people is really helped for me for this internship.
Okay. I really like listening to your stories, guys. And it's true. I think digital hangouts are like so important for us to all feel connected to each other, even though we are like in different places. So I'm in Bangkok right now, and you're in South Korea, and Jessie is in Taiwan. So yeah, and we can have this conversation, and I really like that. Yeah. Okay, next question. What makes an internship a good experience for you?
So can I go first?
Yeah, please.
Okay. So for me, it's like being a very important person in the company, right? Because it's my first time interning in, interning, especially it's like remote internship, but I also do feel like I'm the very, very important person in the company. So it empowers me, it gives me strength, and then I really like it. And then I think that's the best thing where you can get like a good experience in the internship. Also like I can be a leader and a follower at the same time, and also good mentoring and training programs, because we are still interning, right? We're getting experience. So good mentor and training programs will help you to get better in what you do. Yeah.
Okay. Jessie, how about you?
Yeah, I totally agree with Mohi's point about internship is basically an opportunity and a chance for the students to learn or the fresh graduate. So I think for my point of view, there are two traits of an organization that will make the experience very I would say very extraordinary. So the first one is that I think the mentor or the supervisor that an intern get in the organization is very important. So if I'm having a mentor or a supervisor that is very empowering, and basically if my supervisor is willing to trust me and hold my hands to run with different projects and to just participate in the operation every day, and that will change a lot, and that will make this whole learning experience more memorable and more useful in the future, I guess. And also I would say that an organization that communicates horizontally makes a lot of difference for an intern as well, because I do think that interns are hired to give and to contribute to the organization, but at the same time interns are there to learn and to gain experience. So I would say that an environment that allows interns to ask questions and to participate would definitely help a lot.
Okay. I really like that both of you pointed out like good mentorship is really important, as well as that give and take of like learning and contributing at the same time. Yeah. How about the specific skills or information that you learned from your internship? Like what were the specific skills that you picked up during your remote internships?
So for me, it's like a very specific and organized team management structure because I manage around 15 people in Talent Basket. And also, yeah, so I'm kind of manager. And then also communicating with the clients. I do have experience right now communicating with clients and establishing partnerships with other schools, universities, because so during my internship, I already established 50 plus, I guess, partnerships with universities and clubs, different societies as the head of Talent Basket Mashup Elite International Relations Department. And also I learned a lot from our, Talent Basket professionals about digital marketing, organizing different campaigns for destinations, and also as well as data entry. These are the specific skills I've learned so far.
Okay, cool. Learned a lot. And
Yeah.
that's a lot of experience within one internship as well. Yeah.
So I think for me, basic skills, definitely like how to use Google Hangouts, how to set up a webinar, how to set up a Google meeting, and also Excel. Yeah, I've learned a lot of knowledge about Excel so far. And I guess a little bit different from Mohi, what Mohi had just mentioned, I guess I've learned a lot of soft skills so far. So it's basically about communication. I'm involved in a project management and a little bit of digital marketing so far. So I would say that to have an on-point and efficient communication is something that I've learned and I'm still trying to cultivate. And I do think that that is very useful and it's something that I will have to keep improving. And also time management, it's also something that I'm still working on. So yeah, it's what I've just mentioned. I got a schedule book and also just try to monitor myself and to know like what kind of task that will take me longer time and what kind of task that is kind of less difficult for me. So yeah, basically soft skills.
Okay. So how about we talk a little bit right now about the status quo. So both of you are tourism students and the tourism industry right now has been hit so hard by the global pandemic. I wanted to kind of get from your perspective a little bit of a glimpse from the inside, from an intern's point of view. What are you learning about the tourism industry right now? From a student's point of view, with an insider's like perspective, what have you learned about the tourism industry?
So for me, yeah, you are right. It's getting hit so badly nowadays because of COVID-19 and it's everywhere. So we are all in this together. That's why I want to mention first. And then from intense perspective side, I've been seeing that a lot of companies, even small or doesn't matter the size, a lot of companies and industries have been focusing on recovery plans after COVID-19, right? And also switching from, on-site internship, on-site working environment to remote working environment has been hard for different companies because it's really a new concept and team management also like very different from working like in the office or remotely. And yeah, definitely a lot of organization, because we have seen a lot of organizations focusing on the digital marketing because Talent Basket also implements different recovery plans for destinations and we do focus on digital marketing as well. So we have seen that a lot of companies nowadays want to launch their digital marketing or improve their digital marketing strategy. And yeah, we have been helping a lot of organizations or even destinations to set this up.
Okay, crisis response, digital marketing is now. Jessie, how about you? What are you seeing from the inside of Tata?
I think definitely digital marketing is a major aspect right now because everything is going online and like the workspace is kind of taking into another form. So I guess just to add a little bit on that from my point of view as an intern in Pata, I'm pretty impressed about how a lot of SME, small and medium enterprises are showing such great resilience under this situation. So some of them have actually already have a resilient plans before the pandemic. So they're coping pretty well under this situation. And I'm also pretty fascinated by how a lot of them has such great adaptability. So they come up with a resilience plans in such a short amount of time, and they're trying to adapt to these new normals right away. And also I'm pretty impressed by Pata's role under this global pandemic as well. Pata is joining force together from different stakeholders in the tourism and travel industry and basically just trying to minimize the impact that this outbreak is bringing to the industry. And I do think that it speaks for the private sector and also for the public sector as well, just basically playing as the mediator between different stakeholders. So yeah, that's very impressive.
Yeah. I think I can speak for the both of us, Jessie, that like it's just really great to be on the inside right now and seeing how Para is helping the industry. Yeah. Okay. So one last question. This one is for Mohi. Mohi, I wanted to ask you if I was a student or if I was a fresh grad, what can I do right now if I'm looking for an internship?
So, as a chairperson of Wusong University Student Chapter, Para Wusong University Student Chapter, right? I've seen so many students all around the world and I communicate with them, right? And then when I asked about their internship experience or even like when they look for an internship, there are always two challenges every single student like mentioned to me. So first is like companies, they don't trust interns. They always have, yeah, it's kind of true because they always have question marks when it comes to hiring interns. And then the next one is, I found this one very funny because like a lot of majority of companies, they expect interns to have 2 to 3 years experience when they actually get the job. Like fresh grads, it's like impossible to have 2 to 3 years experience, right? That's why Talent Basket came up with the solutions of creating Talent Mashup platform, which is on-demand online internship platform, online internship and training platform to help those students to get experience from different companies worldwide while they are still studying. So what we focus is just like you are a student, right? And then I'm sure that you don't have enough time to do internship. So that's why we focus on part-time internships so that they get experience from real industry companies and also training programs by the time they graduate. So yeah, that's why I really want to encourage you guys, if you want to start right now and, to empower yourself and to start your career right now, I really encourage you to sign up to our platform and start your internships right now, but while you are still studying.
Yeah, 100%. Start now. Start getting that experience on your CV right now. Yeah. Thank you so much, Mohi, for sharing with us the solution that's already out there. So we are just going to flip the session right now and go to the Q&As. We actually already have one Q&A in the chat. So participants of this webinar, if you have any questions, please go ahead and put it in the Q&A. But this question was actually quite interesting for Mohi and Jessie. Can you share some specific tasks that you do in your internship?
Do you want to go first, Mohi?
Yep, sure. So as I mentioned, I help with overall management of Talent Baskets, but then I manage a lot of people. So we have different projects given by different companies related to digital marketing and also sales perspective and also different marketing strategies, right? So we do help these companies to to run their digital marketing and also to improve their sales. That's how we have been doing so far, but we also have a lot of job opportunities from different companies. So I really do help our interns. We call interns as a talents. So our talents to, meet the deadlines and then deliver the job successfully and to complete the internship. Yeah, I lead them through the working process.
As for me, I guess so far I've got to touch upon different areas a little bit. So first, as I mentioned, I've improved my Excel skill. So basically, I'm helping Pata with some of the data arrangement and data categorization, and that's one point. And the second job content that I'm kind of working on right now is that I participate in project management. So it's basically kind of planning out the Pata Youth event and to come up with new ideas and to set up the timeline and to make sure the internal communication and the external communication are both going well. And the third task is that I participate in a little bit of our marketing channel as well, as for Pata Youth. So I create some of the marketing content as well. So I'm just kind of finding relevant content and going through what are the trends and yeah, just basically what are some helpful contents for the youth community. Yeah, that's about me.
Okay. Jessie, do you want to take over?
Okay, sure. So if you guys have any other questions, just please use the Q&A function that you can find below. And so now Mohi and I actually have some questions for Ellie. So we'll just kickstart. Yeah. Okay, so the first one, what do you think, like what makes an intern a good intern? That one.
Well, it's a really good question because so I've had a very long history working for nonprofit organizations, and interns are part and parcel of nonprofit organizations because a lot of times we need help to get things done. We need help to achieve the huge dreams that we want to do on a very limited resource and budget. So within those situations, that's very much mirrors like a startup situation as well. So nonprofit startups, kind of the same environment. In that environment, interns are so important. A good intern can make or break the project that you're working on. And for me, good interns are really people with the initiative to like go up to the mentor or your boss and say like, hey, I'm done with the task that you've given me. I can do so much more. How can I help you? I think that question, how can I help you, is really important for you to like say out loud, because then that signals to your mentor that like you're willing to work. You have taken the initiative to find more work, you're willing to learn. Yeah. And on top of that, a good intern is also super resourceful. So I think there was once I was like super busy and I told Jessie, we're starting the meeting now, come into the meeting. And I think I had forgotten to give her the meeting link, right? Because remote work from home. It's not about dragging her into the meeting room with me now. It's about me giving her the link, and she couldn't find the link. But she was so resourceful. She like went into my Google Calendar, stole the link from there, and like bumped herself into the digital online meeting. And that resourcefulness really saved me a lot because it saved me time. It saved me the moment of worry of like, where's my intern? I can't find her. And yeah, so taking initiative, being resourceful, showing that you're willing to learn, I think those are the really important attributes of a good intern. A good intern isn't someone who knows everything. Usually interns don't have the answers, but a good intern is someone who like asks questions. Yeah. So
Thank you very much. That was
Thank you.
nice. Everyone, drop down the notes now. That's what makes an intern a good intern.
Yeah, now we know your tips.
And well, because I started out as an intern myself, right? So I had to go through internships and everything before I got my first job as well. And what made me upgrade from an intern into a full-time employee was the fact that I was super on the ball and they could trust me with projects. So it was very easy for that organization to say, I'm going to hire this intern and make her into a full-time employee. Yeah.
So I guess like the takeaway is to improve, like to constantly kind of improve yourself and to get more involved in the process, right? That's some insights, right, Mohi?
Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah, would you like to ask some questions as well?
Sure, yeah. I actually have one question to you, Ellie, if you don't mind. So, thank you. So what are the most like highly soft after skills in talent recruitment? What are you seeing? Because you have recruited so many interns, right, during your work in Para. So I really want to know your ideas about it.
Yeah. I've recruited so many interns, not just in Para, but also in my old company. It's like intern after intern. So I think it really depends on the job or the internship that you're applying for. So if you're applying for like a digital marketing internship, if you have like video editing skills, Photoshop skills, like if you have, because you're so bored, started a vlog channel and can prove to them that you can edit videos as a marketing intern in startups, in nonprofits, that is gold. Like, so if now you find you have a lot of time because of the global pandemic, pick up a camera and start videoing and start editing a video together and do it on your laptop, do it on free software. Just try to learn those new skills. For digital marketing internships, there's also a ton of free programs that you can learn. Like the most basic ad that people take out these days are Facebook ads. And Facebook has an entire like program where you can learn how to use the platform from the back end. And it's called Facebook Ad Manager, Facebook Business Manager, and the program is called Facebook Blueprint. So as a digital marketing intern who wants a digital marketing internship, those are the skills that you can actually get before your internship even starts, right? If you want other types of internships, I do think in general, some skills that are really good to have are like Excel skills are strangely important. No matter what department you're in, if you know how to use Excel, it's amazing. Like if you know how to write Excel code, it's amazing because not many people like have that formal education in learning how to use Excel. Other skills are more soft skills. Like if you can prove to me on your CV that you have managed a project from the start to the end before, like maybe you threw a festival in school, right? And you did everything from start to end. That's actually a really good skill to have to prove to me that you can manage different people, you can manage a timeline, you can present something to the public. Yeah, that's a really good skill to have. Yeah, but that's a little bit more soft skill, like project management, communication. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I think, yeah, definitely like these days are more like a very good learning opportunity, not only just freaking out because of coronavirus, but also very good opportunity for you guys to learn those skills that Ellie mentioned just now. Thank you for your mention.
Yeah, I want to start a vlog channel. Like I should just start vlogging.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't just use TikTok. Go vlog. That's a better skill than TikTok.
True. Yeah, you might get viral, Alicia.
No.
There's actually a question in the Q&A session, and it asks, how do you stand out on a PATA internship program application and to actually land a position with PATA? So I think I will kind of broaden this question into like a larger or more generic question. So I think I want to ask like what makes a candidate stand out from the crowd? Yeah, so what qualities that can be highlighted?
Your CV is so important, and if your CV is ugly or difficult to read, there's a very high chance no one is going to spend time reading it. So make it beautiful and make it easy to read, but also make it relevant to the job that you're applying for. So if you're applying for a internship specifically for digital marketing, for example, make sure your CV reflects all your digital marketing experience. I don't care if you were a waitress as your part-time job. Like, everyone has to earn money somehow, but that's not relevant to the job that you're applying for. So tailor your CV, tailor your cover letter, tailor it to the job that you're applying for. Show them how you already have the experience that is applicable. So for example, project management, right? You've already done this and you managed to throw a school festival for 5,000 guests and raise X amount of dollars as a school fundraising project and managed 30 booths, right? Use those numbers, use that experience and show the company how that's applicable to whatever project that you want to work on together with them or whatever job that they are hiring for. So that's really how to make yourself stand out. And when I say show, I really just mean tell, like tell them directly in concrete terms how you can help them. Yeah.
So I guess the takeaway points here is to tailor made and actually know what kind of opportunities that you're going after, and also to be direct, like to actually sell yourself, I guess. Yeah, that can be a lot of...
It's actually really hard to sell yourself. Everyone's a bit...
Totally.
Especially in Asia, everyone's a bit like, humble.
They're shy.
But it's actually really important to sell yourself and like say like, I am the best individual for this position. Give me the opportunity, give me the job, because you won't regret. And you need to convince them of that. Yeah. So I'm really not convinced when I see resumes that have nothing to do with the job description that I've posted. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I think like whoever is applying for the job, person like should be very confident on what he will be doing. For me, like confidence is very important, to be honest.
Yeah. I think I get that it's difficult to be confident when you don't really feel like you have the experience, which is why it's also so important to be involved in things, right? Like, this goes back all the way to the very first question that I asked you during this session, which is like, how do you find things? And both of you were like, join events, go to events, join clubs, join society.
Talk to people.
Right? Talk to people. Because like, that's really like putting yourself out there is where you learn and where you grow, rather than just like, I know everyone's shy, but you really have to push yourself a little bit to grow.
Yeah, so true. I remember like when I was a freshman, I didn't really know much about the industry. So what I did was basically just throw myself out there and to just like talk to people and to join different sessions to get as much information as I could. And I guess that really helped me a lot throughout the past 3 years in college.
Yeah, I also have this sickness. I talk a lot. When I start, no one can stop me. Even my friends tell me, oh my God, why you talk so much? I think it's because like I've been doing a lot of networks, even in para events, you know, whenever I participate, I talk to different people. That's why I guess I got this.
Yeah. No, I think especially for the shy introverts out there, it's really difficult. Yeah, but it's really about pushing yourself out of that comfort zone. Getting a friend that's super extroverted like Mohi to support you and say, hey, I'm shy, can we do this together? Yeah, and that works.
Yeah, if you guys can't talk, you can just type, always.
Yeah. Do you want to do one last question and then we'll just kind of round up the session?
Sure. So I have a last question for you. So with your experience on membership relations, like what are the top 3 elements that we should be mindful of when we are communicating with people from, you know, various backgrounds?
Okay. I really draw a lot of experience from my marketing experiences, because when I talk to people, I'm very conscious of the audience that I'm talking to, or when I'm crafting a message, who is this message for? When are they going to read it? Why should they read it? What is the value behind what I'm saying to my audience? And I think as as someone who works for a membership association, PATA, and essentially I'm in the membership team. I'm here to serve our members. I want to know what our members need, what they want, in order for me to deliver to them a good experience. So really it's about understanding your audience and from there crafting a message that helps them get to what they need, and that's how you make yourself valuable to them as a membership organization. And that's really is, so if I would say top 3, it's really understanding your audience, right? Understanding their needs and their wants. And then crafting a really good, valuable, succinct message as well, something that's easy for them to read. And my previous boss used to say he would spend 45 minutes crafting an email that takes someone 3 minutes to read. And because it only took them 3 minutes as opposed to 10 minutes to read, they are more likely to say yes to you. Yeah. So crafting the message is super important. And then also, I feel like being sensitive to the situation is also important. Like, so right now for membership relations during COVID-19, we are very, very much like aware of what the situation is for everyone in this industry. And we want to be valuable to them during this point of time. Yeah. So be sensitive of like the status quo, what's going on around you in the everyday world.
Yeah, thank you for your answer. I think, yeah, you know, showing your empathy towards your members, I think it really helps them to understand you as well, right? Like what are you expecting from them? So it makes your job easier as well. Yeah, so I really liked your answer. Thank you.
Okay, thanks guys. We have come to the conclusion of our webinar. I just want to share my screen so that you guys can see what we're going to do next. There were a few questions about the PATA internship. This is one of our past year interns. His name is Rio.
Oh,
yeah.
Rio, he's my friend.
Yeah, I think it's Rio. If you're interested in an internship with PATA, please go to www.pada.org, click on the careers tab, and there's an internship tab with all the information you need about internships there. There's also the Talent Basket Mashup platform that Mohi spoke about. Mohi, do you want to tell us what your URL is?
Yep, it's talentbasket.com.
Great.
I'll just type it on the chat so everyone can see it.
Yep. And those are 2 different programs. But for PATA, we also have a weekly newsletter which contains all the industry updates for the COVID-19 situation. So every week, you get an update in your inbox about how the industry has changed. And this, trust me, the situation changes every day. So this is a really good newsletter to be in if you want to keep updated of everything. And lastly, this is my email address. You want to email me? Here you go. So contact me for more information if you want to find out anything about our youth programs or our internship or how you can be a speaker on one of our webinars like Mohi or Jessie. Contact me for more information. And that's it from us today, guys.
Yeah, I just left the link. So guys, if you want to start your online internship, just sign up into our platform, which I left on the group chat. So you can just, you know, click on the link and join. Yeah, start your internship right now. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Mohi. Thank you, Jessie, for this session. Thank you for sharing with us your insights and your daily lived experience during this pandemic of a remote internship.
Pleasure.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Thanks for the time. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.